Reflex flow training here. I want to talk a little about kubotans. Kubotans in Illinois are considered self-defense tools and not classified as weapons. That means that you can carry them. Now there are different cities that are and towns that they're allowed to make up their own restrictions. So it's good to check with local law enforcement. But at least the state of Illinois considers them a self-defense tool rather than a weapon, and that's a big deal. That's important. You still have to justify using them if you hurt someone. That you have to have a reason that you used it for a self-defense tool. But it's not considered like carrying an extra long knife or a gun or something like that. You don't need an extra permit for it or anything like that in Illinois. They are legal to own in every state. There are some restrictions. Some states are more restrictive, like California and New Jersey are two of the more restrictive states. So this, to me, is a great self-defense tool. And this is called the Kobo Crusher, and it's made out of brass. So it's nice and heavy. It's got rubber rings on it. It's from Budo Brothers. And this thing is just fantastic, right? Pow, put your hand in, pull it out and put your hand in his face and hit him a few times, and it's all over. They block it, you push aside, hit, it's going to leave a mark, believe me. So this is a really, really nice self-defense tool. I think one of the most effective things you can use for a self-defense tool, to me, right, is a really bright flashlight. If you get something with like over 1,000 looms, this is like 1,400, they're going to be like this. They're not going to be able to see. You get a couple of whacks in there. Pow, pow. And don't forget you do have two hands, right? And you get your strikes in there and get out of there. Of course, the best self-defense is to be aware and stay out of the situation to begin with. But something like this with a really high-powered small flashlight, especially with a clip, because I wish something like this had a clip, but something like this with a clip is going to be a fantastic self-defense tool. But something like a Kobo Crusher, this will make a difference, but you do need the skills, right? You've got to have some, got to know duck, dodge, bow, bow, to be able to use it properly. I think the perfect combination myself is like a flashlight and something like this. And this is a Black Swift Falcon. They have Raven and Raptor, which are just different variations of this with different heads on them. But they're solid fiberglass and really, really fast. And you can really do some damage with it. But this is really effective. But these Kobo Crushers from Budo Brothers with the brass are very heavy, and you hit someone in the head, you have to be careful. I mean, you hit someone in the head, you're going to knock them out. You could kill them, so you have to be careful like that. But you're going to do damage. If you hit somebody's fist or you hit them in the arms, right, you could break a bone with this. That's how heavy this thing is. Even if you just punch them with your fist, and you see how this fits right in your fingers, like that, it's going to be a nice tight fist, and it is going to have that extra weight, and it's going to be a harder punch. So, highly recommend the Budo Brothers Kobo Crusher. And like I said, they are legal in almost in fact, in every state in the United States. But local jurisdictions, towns and may have their own restrictions. So you want to check with local law enforcement. This, of course, you may not feel comfortable walking with a walking stick if you're a younger person, but if you're like me, and over 60 and almost 70, this is just, this is fantastic. So be safe out there. Remember, you're your own first responder. Violence is never the best answer. You always want to avoid it. You always want to escape if you can. You want to de-escalate when you can. But when everything else fails, you have the right to protect yourself, and you should know how to protect yourself. Have a wonderful day and a safe day out there.